one of two going on at Headingley today. Let's go to our commentary team of Ray French and Jonathan Davis.
The Carnegie Challenge Cup quarter-final with Leeds and Wigan led out by two of the biggest names in world rugby. Kevin Sinfield, vital to those Leeds prospects, the leading point scorer, but also the leading tackler. And as we heard, Trent Barrett, the Aussie star who, though he's leaving and returning home at the end of the season, he's eager for a visit to Wembley and to deny those Leeds fans a trip to London. Superb weather and good ground conditions. In Webb, Donald, Maguire and Burrow, Leeds have 4 try scorers in this season's top 10. Testimony to the Rhinos' attacking potential. And in Luluai, Peacock and skipper Sinfield, they have the power to provide those backs with the scoring opportunities. Wigan have their own prolific point scorers in Pat Richards and Mark Calderwood, who has already scored 5 tries in the earlier rounds. But if captain Trent Barrett can command the midfield with his passing, then Hock and Hansen can be very, very dangerous runners. An inexperienced replacements bench for Leeds, but Warriors coach Brian Noble intends to make an impact when big-name internationals Fielden and Paliacina eventually arrive on this pitch. The pitch and a match controlled by Richard Silverwood, very experienced Challenge Cup referee. And Wigan's Pat Richards to get the game underway. The pitch, despite a very heavy winter of rugby union here at Leeds and 14 or 15 matches of rugby league in perfect condition. Good warm weather, and I think that heat, Jonathan, could take its toll on some of these big men in the final quarter.
Yeah, it's not very sunny, but it's very, very humid, very close, and it's going to be very tough for the forwards. Rotation and the interchange could be crucial today.
Significance of a Challenge Cup battle between these two. I think we should recall that since 1897 they've competed in over 40% of all the Challenge Cup finals.
First mistake by Lee Diskin, losing the ball in the tackle. That's one thing we're going to have to do, is concentrate on their defence today, because you can't allow Leeds to break at all, because their support play is absolutely phenomenal, not from 1 or 2, but from like about 3 or 4 of them.
Hock, Wigan then in the cherry and white jerseys, and Leeds in the traditional blue and amber. Offside. Not squared at the play of the ball.
This would be an interesting decision now. I think Patrick will take the points.
I think he'll go for points.
Well, he's a prolific kicker, isn't he, Ray?
It's a confidence boost, isn't it? You know, you come here to Leeds, you've got a little bit of a hoodoo over them. You beat them in the cup last year, you beat them in the league this year. You put 2 points on the board, and suddenly, mentally, you're thinking of victory.
Yeah, maybe it's
on the 10.
As Brian McLennan said, you know, what's gone is gone.
Line. Done it.
Just another game.
Richards then, the leading point scorer in the league, and for Wigan last season, 326 points last year. Not a difficult attempt for this lad. 2-0 for Wigan. Huge success since arriving from the West Tigers. Took some time to settle in though, Jonathan.
Well, they all do. It's you know, a different lifestyle, different culture. You know, it's not just you who has to settle, the whole family, so it does take a bit of time to adjust.
Leeds with another one of those long kicks, which seem the traditional mode of kicking off these days, all to gain territorial advantage. Hope to keep Wigan down here in this area.
It's all about hang time, I think it is, right? Just hang it up there and get the players there as quickly as you possibly can.
Well, I still go on with my lament why you can't hang it up in the air for 10 metres and have a go at it. Come on, what do you think? Obviously not.
Well, it takes a bit, you know, it takes a bit longer to put your sand out. Just put it down and kick it.
Wigan then in possession. 2 tackles remaining in this sequence.
Good drive.
Young man making his way in the game there, Paul Prescott.
Last one.
Former Wigan Academy side. 5th tackle, Luluai.
And again, that's very good yardage by the Wigan forwards.
Picked up comfortably though by his fellow countryman. Brent Webb just signed a new 3-year contract to keep him here at Headingley until the end of 2011.
He is a very good player. He's very dangerous. He goes in at sometimes he's a second standoff.
And Wigan's turn to be offside this time.
19, yeah, offside, 19.
Leeds had a little difficulty in beating the Celtic Crusaders 38-16 and the Harlequins 36-26 in the earlier rounds, but no problems for Wigan. 74 points to 4 against the French team Pierre, and an amazing 106 points to 8 against Whitehaven. Not their biggest score either. They once beat a team called Flimby and Fothergill from Cumbria, some amateurs, 116-0 way back in the 20s. That ball went backwards there.
Lucky break for Sinfield there. Tried to offload, lost it in the tackle, but went back.
Sinfield, Maguire. Got the pace and the sidestep. This lad is at a gap in midfield. 3 metres now from that Wigan line. Leeds looking to hit back. Oh! A twist and a turn! And it looks as if Diskin, I think, is in already. The spectators in the south stand roaring for the try. But it is that twisting and turning now that players so successfully do close to the line that has brought the reply for Leeds. 4 points to do. Conversion to come from Sinfield. Timely reply, Jonathan.
Yeah, well, that's a poor tackle. They go too high. Just slips under the tackle. I think it is Coley who misses it.
And that is one reason for Wigan's vast number of points against them in defence, Jonathan, as we saw in that Engaged Super League.
Well, you've got to go body angle there. You just cannot go too high. You just slip the tackle.
Kevin Sinfield. The flags go up. He collects another 2 points, and that continues his 60-match run of scoring in every game.
We stop it there.
Amazing
We stop it there a second. Just watch this guy. He goes a little bit too high. If we run it on, he slips under the tackle. Pat Richards goes as well too high, and that is a simple try for Diskin.
Okay.
Well taken. Bailey. And Brent Webb sensibly though giving it out to the big man Bailey, saying, go on, use your 16.5 stone and your 6'4". I'll have it near the Wigan line. Leeds looking confident, moving it well. They have moved the ball very, very well this season. Brian McLennan really having a policy of bringing the wings into play. Scott Donald and the youngster Ryan Hall. Bailey again, charging in, looking to regain the form that won him an early Great Britain honour. Richards.
Good chase again by Leeds. Is this a knock-on or not? No, the line is a good barometer there to say the ball didn't go forward. So good call by Richard Silverwood. One tackle before the try, so a bit of fortune for Leeds.
The sun really coming down on this Headingley pitch, ideal for running rugby. Gareth Hawk. George Carman making a good run, but that's a terrific tackle there by Gareth Ellis, playing in the centres in the absence of the injured Clinton Torpey. Good kick from Barrett. Webb. And another good tackle.
Hansen.
Terrific tackle there from Harrison Hansen. Switching with Hawk today in the loose forward position.
Here's the hit, great hit.
Wigan have this policy whenever they come to Headingley of playing to the corners, Jonathan, trying to keep them in the corners.
Yeah, but there's no point of doing that if you're not going to go back the meterage required. Now they've been pinged twice now for being offside, which will give Leeds again good field position.
Leeds winners of the Cup 11 times, but back in 1999 their last victory. And Wigan, of course, a record 17 times. Two of the biggest names in the world of rugby league. Good play. Wigan having trouble coping with the speed of this Leeds side and the handling. Diskin again being allowed to run from the acting half-back position. I thought he'd passed that, Jonathan.
Well, he was there. I think he did try.
I think he just had second thoughts, didn't he?
The offload there because the runner was there. Maguire was in there. Looks for the offload. Look, he just held his hand, didn't he? I think it was Hawk. He just couldn't offload, couldn't get any elevation into the ball because Maguire was there. The offloads, they've got to stop the offloads, Wigan.
Barrett would switch. Richards on the fifth tackle. Barrett again. Again, managing to get it over Webb's head, but able to get back, collects it well.
Shoulder. Lead him, Gareth. Go. Surrender.
Webb again, like Richards earlier on, just allowing the pack to get back, take a breather. Sinfield.
It's interesting to see when, you know, the Leeds supporters didn't shout forward then, did they?
No. Rob Burrow. Peacock. Diskin again, being allowed to run. Maguire. Burrow. Sinfield, just a little stab of a kick. Oh, that puts pressure on Pat Richards. Good running to there by the wingman in the centre. Does well to get it away to Calderwood. Former Leeds favourite. Another youngster from the Wigan Academy, Darryl Goulding. Number 3. Liam Colburn.
Third. Move that. Get square, Kev. Go.
Good pass from Carmont. Lulawai.
Shoulder. 4. Line. Line here. Go.
This is better good running there from Mickey Hyam. A lot of pressure on Mickey Hyam. Wigan have signed the Parramatta Eels hooking star Mark Riddell for next season, so his future undecided.
Okay. Hold on.
Not the greatest kick there.
No.
I think Pat Richards.
Too far, Pat Richards took a knock there as he was getting through.
He was chasing the ball, and now it's danger for Wigan because the pace of the Leeds back, and again the penalty. Just cannot afford to give Leeds field position,
which is what they have done.
Up, interference.
12 and a half minutes gone then. Leeds 6, Wigan 2. Just the Matt Diskin try. The difference.
Yeah, nothing in it yet. Just taking that one opportunity, but poor tackle. Tackled really by Cole. He wouldn't be happy with that.
Sweet name. Go.
Sinfield.
Second. Clear. Go. Harrison, square.
Sinfield again, really sort of captain extraordinaire here in this Leeds side. Good running there from Carl Ablett.
Very strong ball carrier, Carl Ablett.
One of the many from the Leeds Academy. Got a very, very good junior section here. Burrow. Webb. Senior.
Great ball.
And still they keep it going.
Finally a tackle.
But it's the speed of the play of the ball, Jonathan, that's upsetting Wigan. Peacock striding down the middle.
Very quick, but it's the offload. You know, they'll just draw defenders in and go where there's the space.
Sinfield switching the direction. 2 men are up for it. Oh! No, I don't think Donald's got it down.
I tell you what, that is good wing play.
And that was good captaincy too, the way he switched that kick.
Great wing play by, first of all, Donald, but good centre play by Goulding, because I thought Donald had gone over the top of him there, but he scrambled well to get the ball. Great play, first of all, great switch.
Pinpoint accuracy.
Definitely onside. He gets over the top, and there I think he's going to score.
Has he got it down? I thought the...
That's a great leap, first of all. But just watch Goulding. He doesn't panic.
No.
He gets himself into a position where he knows he can't ground it. Both of them got the ball. I don't think they can give that. That is very good play by Goulding. Just watch.
He turns
there,
him.
it's Donald. Donald's got it. You think he's going to score. He gets the ball. They've both got the ball there. You cannot give that as a try. He turns it. I wouldn't give that as a try. It's a great leap, first of all, by Donald.
But I think he definitely turns him. I can't see that ball touch the ground.
It's brilliant defending.
It is a try. It is a try if it touches the ground, even if both are holding it. It is a try. That's the ruling. So it doesn't make any difference whether the Wigan defender's hand is on that ball. If both touch down simultaneously, it is a try. But it appeared to me, Jonathan, as if the Wigan defender... Yeah, I think that's a good decision.
Very good decision, actually.
Ashley Klein made a good
very good play, though,
there.
by both wingers. By the winger, Donald, and the centre, Goulding. For all, I thought there was a try, but he just managed to scramble and get it back. But again, they've got to keep their discipline. They cannot afford to give the ball away for Leeds to get, good field position. Every time they're near the Wigan try line, they threaten to score.
Go.
There used to be a school of thought in rugby league, Jonathan, that for all Leeds' attacking capabilities, there was always a little bit of airy-fairiness about defence. Not so now, is it? I mean, they've not missed a tackle so far in this game.
Well, they said that about St Helens as well. So if you look at the Leeds and St Helens of today, they're magnificent defensive sides.
Yeah, but I think this defence is quite something at Leeds this year.
It's okay.
Good kick. Relieve a little bit of pressure.
Thomas Luluai bidding to be the New Zealand scrum half in the World Cup at the end of this season.
Gareth. 10 metres, Gareth. Okay.
And Stuart Fielding and Paliasina
Heads in,
coming on quite early, just after 15 minutes. Coley and Prescott departing.
Buzz. Leave him! And wait! Go!
Again,
Good ball out.
even 15 metres from the try line, they look for that offload because they know they've got the pace to go all the way. Great tackle.
Go, come on! And hold!
Hyam
And Hansen.
Hansen, and again he's in again.
4! Line! And hold! Go!
Wigan have just got to hang in here. I mean, Leeds are throwing everything at them, but Wigan are coming up, they are competing.
Well, that's a better set for Wigan. They've kept them in their own half. No penalties. That's a very good kick. Oof. Too much check on it.
Rob Burrow, he's up there, he put the kick in, he raced up, he's only 5'5", but he was in with the big man there, Pat Richards.
Square Ryan! Go!
Luluai. Nice offload to Hawk.
He's got good feet, doesn't he, for the big man?
Move, Kevin! Line! Wait! Go!
Barrett. Good ball.
Great
Higher.
ball.
But that was well covered.
Leave in! Go!
Keith Senior received a cut to his head the other night playing with a bandage on there. Oh, that was looking for support.
Yeah, it wasn't held.
Bailey. Still going. Good running there by Bailey.
Back! Go!
Barrett. Oh, it's a good one.
Great kick, good check
Good.
again.
The ball's bouncing as if this pitch is quite hard.
Well, you know, they're so clever now with the kicks. They just put a bit of check on it. Just watch how he kicks it. That's going to either skip on or check. On that occasion, he just checked. They'll have the ball back. But one thing I've noticed,
As a second row, I don't know what
Yeah,
skip
just-
on or check means for the kicking of a ball.
head down, something up it is, right? That's what I used to do.
And we've got Robbie Paul down there as ever. Anything interesting down there, Robbie?
Well, one thing I got to say, Ray, is it's extremely hot down here. It's very, very warm indeed, and it's been very interesting to see that Wigan have actually made 2 subs to their front rowers before the 15-minute mark. And so you can tell that Brian Noble's taken into account that it's going to be a tough day for the big boys in the middle.
Very tough, very hot.
Wait!
Take that jumper off, Robbie.
Barrett again in midfield. Hawk. That was a good tackle from Danny Maguire. Did well to hold the big rampage in second row there. Barrett beginning to push the passes out. Fielden.
4! Move in! Go!
Just 2 tacklers in this sequence for Wigan to do something. Barrett again to Lulawai. Good ball again. This is just went to the floor.
Last tackle now.
Go!
That's dangerous.
The offside is.
No, it's not.
You've got to really compete. There's enough hang time on that ball by Trent Barrett. You've got to compete for it because most of the wingers in the game now. Oh, great tackle, Lula again. Hit him from the back. He felt that. He's down.
Sinfield.
Oof. Well done, Hall.
Thomas, move!
Young Hall got smashed there.
He wasn't expecting the ball,
No,
was he?
didn't see him come in. Just followed him from that wing and smashed him.
4!
Yeah, he's certainly in trouble. He's
And he's not the smallest wing, right?
been winded as Ryan.
Suck it in. Just suck it in, son.
That's 1, move back up!
A lot of hard work being done in midfield here. A lot of hard work, which we'll see the results of, I think, in the second half. Good, sensible kick from Burrow, pushing his team down.
There's nothing really in this game yet. There's a possession, territory, not much in it. Just the most important stat at the moment is 6-2 to Wigan, but sets completed. Wigan 8 from 8, and that's what Brian Noble would have wanted. Leeds 9 from 11. You know, so it's the discipline really that Wigan. That is the difference at the moment. I feel is the penalties to give Leeds that field position which Diskin scored from. It's that close.
Barrett.
2 very good sides.
Carmont. Now then, was that knocked down by Leeds? Surely, yes.
Had to be knocked down. I tell you what, he nearly created the overlap there. A great outside swerve. Get on the outside of Maguire. Hall comes in. If he gets that pass, he's up the touchline. Colburn will be flying up the touchline.
Nick Scruton coming on for Kylie Lulawai for Leeds.
Yeah, move, Jamie! Back, Nick. Go!
Scruton, yet another of the academy ranks coming through to this Leeds side. They buy big names, but they also produce their own.
It's a balance, isn't it? That's what it is. You want to not stop the development of youngsters, but you need the big names as well.
Good running from Hyam there. I think it needs plenty of running from Mickey Hyam today because this Leeds defence out wide is covering well. This is good here from Paliasina. Down the middle.
He's taken in, that's it. Quick play the ball he wants now. Up and down.
4, release!
Both Hyam and Paliasina sucking defenders into the middle. Barrett.
It's a very good kick.
That's a good kick.
Very clever play. Barrett takes the ball to the line, puts the kick through, but the winger is still up in the defence. Just watch, takes it up, and just watch where Donald is. He's got enough pace just to cover it, but if that ball had stayed in play, it'd have been very interesting. When you've got a clever footballer like Barrett, you know, for a winger, it's a bit of a nightmare, because if you drop back too early, he'd fire the 20, 30-yard pass out to the winger. If you stay up, he just puts the kick in. That's what makes him such a great player.
Let's go. 18.
Jamie Peacock there, just having some attention.
Stay close,
It won't bother him a bandage round the head or a cut. He's a hard lad.
Hey, move, Darrow! Go!
There's another one, Keith Senior.
Just watch the runners going through for Leeds, just anticipating the offload all the time. Maguire, Barrow, Webb.
And this boy Ryan Hall doing a lot of work in midfield, coming in off that right wing. Peacock. Met very, very well there by Phil Bailey.
They're very aggressive in the tackle and not getting a quick play the ball. Leeds at the moment. They're wrapping the ball up as well. Just watch two men, one over the top just to stop the overload. Last tackle again, kicking from inside their own half. Very good play again by Wigan.
Oh, that's a knock on.
No, off the shoulder, I think it was. And he was in a great position, Mr. Silverwood, to give that.
Oh, well, he was in a great position, but it looked a knock on to me. Oh, that's a knock on.
No, it's not.
Off the elbow.
It's not, it was off the shoulder.
It must be.
I thought that was the right decision.
Play on, said the referee, quite right. Back to 0. Opportunities for Wigan now. Paliasina.
You got to ride your luck, right? Good steal. Knock on, though. Oh, by Webb. By Webb.
1-on-1, pulled it forward.
I think Wigan are going to get the scrum here, you know.
They are.
Yep, he was knocked out by Webb. 1-on-1.
Let's have a look. Well, yes, it was, wasn't it? So 2 good decisions by the referee. Do you agree, Ray?
1 good decision. Just a halt while we get rid of a water bottle. Phil Bailey getting to a lot of work. Phil down this right-hand side.
They're all helping their forwards out, aren't they, Ray? The backs are coming in to help their forwards out.
Hansen. Oh. Penalty.
Trying to climb over the top.
At the play of the ball, interfering with the man playing the ball.
Trying to climb over the top. There he is, look.
Interfering.
Hits the foot, that's right. So another good decision by Richard Silverwood.
Interesting to see Wigan again, Jonathan, opting for the goal kick with Pat Richards. He's such a prolific goal. They used to do this in your days when Frano Botica was playing for Wigan.
Yeah, we used to do it a lot, you know. If it's there to kick, if it's there to kick, that's it.
Yeah,
A man with an 80% success rate. Maintains that rate. So just 2 points the difference now, and 25 minutes gone. 6-4 for Leeds.
There's nothing in this game, right? Nothing at all. Defences are good. The kicking game is good by both sides.
I think Brian Noble, though, the Wigan coach, he'll be delighted with their kicking game. They have kept Leeds in that 30-40 metre area.
Yeah, they have. They've kept the discipline as well. That's from the first 10 minutes, gave away far too many penalties.
And I think it's time, a chance to hear from Phil Jones down there in the dugout.
Yes, Ray, I'm here with Richie Mathers, formerly of Leeds, now with Wigan. Seems there's been a momentum switch in Wigan's favour.
Yeah, I think that's with we brought Fekka Palliasina on, and he's given us a really big lift, and we just need to get with him and support the ball a bit more, because he's really dangerous.
How much does the recent record you've got against Leeds help you in situations like today?
I think we come here with a lot of confidence. You know, we come with a game plan, and you know it's a great place to play, and we've had a lot of success over here. So we just need to keep completing our sets, and hopefully the breaks will come our way.
Thanks a lot, Richie.
Thank you.
Wigan using Fielden and Palliasina here, quite a lot in midfield. Barrett though with this kicking. Play on. Oh, and Robboro going away now. Then can he go the full length? Oh, yes, he will. Oh, what an opportunist try from Robboro. A speculative kick from Trent Barrett. He bounced in the air. Was there an offside? Was there a knock-on? A lot for the video referee Ashley Klein to see. But if ever a man can take an opportunity, it's that man, Robboro.
Well. Was he offside? I can't see from there. Does Webb touch it? Hang on, this is where he touches it. Well, from that angle. Right, this is the one that'll show it.
Does Webb touch it, or is it the Wigan player?
Hang on, this is it. Let's go. He'll go up there. It goes forward, then it goes off his head.
It's the Wigan Fielden,
It
Stuart
doesn't go
Fielden's
back.
head.
I think that. Well, is that offside? Let's have a look at this. Webb goes up. Okay, Webb goes up there. He goes up. He taps it back. Fielden heads it. No, that's not offside. It comes off Fielden's head. Straight into Burrow. Try.
Must be a try. 65-metre dash from Burrow. Rewarded with a try. A real shock for Wigan after all their efforts, all the energy of containing the world champions. That little man puts one over on them. 10-4. And surely another 2 points to be added by Kevin Sinfield here from under the post. A mass of Wigan fans terribly disappointed with that. Sinfield now with that scoring record of 60 successive Cup and League games. Another 2 points are making him a 545 points haul in that 60-match run.
Right, we stop it there. Just this guy, this there is Pat Richards. Okay, he's going to chase. If we run it on now, when the ball bounces, just watch it there. He goes to him, and the reason the gate is open for him, there is no full back there. He's got the legs on Barrett and Hock. Is purely because Richards was chasing the kick.
Leeds sensibly using the forwards here. Peacock running in on the charge now. And Diskin clapping, urging for the ball. He wants a quick play of the ball. Doesn't get away from that man though, number 10, Palliasina.
It's a very dangerous time now for Wigan. They'll try and get another score. They've got to hang on in there before half-time or try and get something back themselves. Leeds tails it up. You know, a slightly fortuitous try by Burrow, but you've got to make your own luck and, you know, the pace to go all the way. But they haven't really created anything, Leeds, neither have Wigan. You know, one missed tackle, one bouncing ball, and they're ahead.
Leeds though moving in very, very quickly, Jonathan, in the tackle, going in 2s and 3s, real confidence in their defence.
Mistake, Fielden.
Stuart Fielden not happy with that, but I think, well, he put it down on the Leeds player's boot, didn't he?
Well, he tried to say that, but you've just got to be more clinical in the play of the ball.
And Cameron Phelps, well, he'll be appreciating the warm weather, but I think he'll be appreciating the rest, having only flown in on Wednesday.
He won't be appreciating the score, though.
No, I tell you, he wanted to play. I was talking to him on Thursday afternoon, and he really is a young, confident man. Good run by Peacock. Beautiful ball.
Great tackle, great tackle.
Good cover tackle there by George Carmont, the former Newcastle Knights player.
Came from the other side as well. Great tackle. Oof. Again, stepped him so easily, didn't he? I think
Carmont in some trouble.
yeah.
The captain of the Samoan side for the World Cup.
Well, he had a bang early on.
Palliasina. Notice how they're clamping the ball whenever Palliasina gets it. He's a good offloader. Bailey.
Good feet again.
I think that comes from his centre player, Jonathan, doesn't it, when he was a centre. Lulawai. Wigan need to hit back. Hock gets it away well.
They're trying to get a mismatch. Hock on Maguire there. I've noticed that a couple of times.
Maguire's tackling well.
He is tackling
him well twice. Fielder. Roars of forward from under the south stand here beneath us, but doesn't trouble Mr. Silverwood. Barrett. Slips inside. Good ball. McAloran. Again, he can't get the ball away.
Well, that's
Leeds
sensible.
doing an excellent clamping job. Barrett, good little kick. You'll have to scramble that away, did you? Sensible play there from Webb and Hall.
Yeah, but safety first. Confidence in the defence.
And Phil?
Yes, Ray, just a quick word on George Carmont from Wigan. He's on his haunches at the moment. He's got a hip problem. It's been bothering him for the last couple of minutes, and he's really struggling at the moment. It's worth keeping an eye on, Ray.
Yeah, I think he injured that in a very few minutes of the game, so...
It's interesting, isn't it? Although Leeds are winning by 12 points to 4, Wigan had all the pressure, all the attacking in this 20-metre area.
There's just been great defence by Leeds, and they've taken make the most of their opportunities. Like I said, one high tackle which he missed, and then the bouncing ball.
Lulawai, good ball out to Hock. Oh, that's a good ball!
What a
Oh,
tackle!
they've held him up!
That is an amazing
It
tackle.
looked a certain try!
That's a great tackle by Webb.
Wonderful tackling! He's not the biggest man, is Brent Webb. He's only 5'7" and 12 stone 9.
That's great play.
But just look at that, holding him back, the little man did.
Superb full back play by Webb.
Still Wigan, looking for points before the half-time hooter. Andy Coley there. 6 metres from that line. Barrett again. Good chip over the top. Well taken. Scott Donald plucked it out of the air.
He's very good, isn't he, defensively as well. He's good in the air. Lovely kick once again.
He's so resilient too, you know, Johnny. He's not missed a minute's play since he arrived a couple of years ago.
Well, that's what he wants, isn't it? That's what he wants in a player. Try scorer, sound defensively, and he's on the park.
Stand back on.
Just over 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Wigan desperate for a try. Fielder.
Here we are. Move, Gareth. Go.
Well, both Lulawai and Coley were running forward there as if they were dummy runners.
They've just
Some
got to go
loose
forward
ball.
now. They've just got to go forward, Ray. Get that platform first. Pilot's playing lateral. Go forward, then lay your platform for your half-backs. Lulai and Barrett can cut people up.
Here's Barrett now. But again, Leeds clamping that ball. This time Jordan Tansey doing the job. Bailey. Still no way through this Leeds defence. Is this a way? It's a knock on.
Another
Play
set.
on, surely that'll be another 6. No, it'll take a scrum.
You feel that Wigan need to score now. It's like a boxer on the ropes, you know. They've had him on the ropes for quite a while. They need to get that, you know, knockout punch to get that try just before half-time to bring him back, you know, within a couple of points. Fourth consecutive set now, I think. You feel they need someone. The Leeds defence has been awesome.
Wigan again, possibly with the last 6 before the hooter. 12-4 Leeds in the lead. Barrett.
Good tackle.
Can't get away. Rob Burrows like a limpet on his ankle.
Little terrier.
Calderwood knows this Headingley pitch so well.
2 feet. 2
Raced
feet.
in for a few tries for Leeds in the past. Nakalora, good switch down the blind side. And again the Leeds defence holds.
Go.
Barrett.
4. 2 feet.
Ryan Hall.
Go.
Barrett again. Lulawai. Hawk. Having to come in, here's a chance. No. Straight into the welcoming arms of Gareth Ellis. One more tackle remaining to complete the sequence. Lulawai to the corner.
Great again.
Oh,
He's done
no,
it.
he scored.
Try.
Calderwood has got the ball from somewhere.
The only thing here, were the 2 men in the tackle? Were the 2 men in the tackle? Now then.
Well,
Onside and grounded.
a lot could depend on Ashley Klein's decision here.
Definitely onside. Everyone's onside. And now the ground. So that's the onside. Definitely onside. Let's have a look at this grounding.
There's 2 men in the tackle.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's have a look at this one.
Well, is that a tackle by the second
Oh,
man? It's more like a shoulder nudge from Pat Richards, isn't it?
Only one
Number
man.
5.
Only one man will know, right? There's a different interpretation by everyone. Ashley Klein is the man. He goes for the ball. I don't think he's got control of the ball.
No.
Has he? I don't think he's got control of the ball.
He loses it. He loses it. And I don't think there's a tackle really made there. I don't think he's in control of the ball if any tackle is made. I would give a try for that.
I would give a try as well.
Wigan fans wait nervously. They leap in the air.
Got him. No
It's the
control of
4
the ball.
points, Jonathan, that Wigan wanted before that half-time hooter.
And then, you know, the doubts will come, Ray. As you said, for Wigan, they had to score. You know, they've dominated the first half, I believe, and 2 opportunist tries.
Mark Calderwood then, his 6th try in this year's tournament and 1 against his old club. And the Wigan fans in good mood, and plenty of them there on that terracing. Now then, another important kick for Pat Richards. Kicked 28 goals, would you believe it, in the Challenge Cup round so far. Admittedly, been on the back of 180 points scored by his team, most of them from under the posts, but this is a pressure kick. It's a tricky one. No win. just nips on the inside of that far upright. The Wigan fans in cherry and white and that masketer jump up and down. Calderwood urges everybody on, and have we got a game here, Jonathan?
Well, you know, nothing on. It's a lovely kick. I thought he had it again. Donald had it again, but no control, you see. Not really in control of the ball. And, you know, it's a tough decision for Ashley Klein, but I feel the right one.
Back again to 2 points the difference. Fielder.
Let's just play the set to 6 out now. And I think that, you know, Leeds will look at the first half and think, well, you know, we haven't had much possession, not much field position. You know, and they're still in the lead, so they'll be happy. Oh, what a mistake.
Just look at that possession there for Wigan, Jonathan, in the first half. Almost 60%.
And good territory as well, you see. And they'll have one chance.
No, I don't think they will. Well,
they got 3 seconds.
They'll have to score in 3 seconds.
Well,
I don't think you could run from there in 3 seconds.
Well, someone's got to tackle them, right? If they're not tackled, they can't blow the hooter.
So what you're saying is nobody would have tackled.
I tell you what I would do here now is I'd put a grubber. I'd put a little grubber kick behind and chase.
He is doing.
Go on, they're on.
Well, he knocked on. Oh, it was a charge down, possibly a charge.
I don't understand why Sinfield kicking. I don't know why he didn't go to Maguire first. He puts the grubber through for a full back. Not very good thinking there by the Leeds.
Well, you and I can debate endlessly up here, Jonathan. We can relax on our seats, but those men, they're down there where the pressure is, and it is real pressure. A great first half. Leeds 12, Wigan 10.
Well, it's tight, tense, torrid, tightrope stuff. Wigan scored an early penalty to give them a 2-0 lead. The players coming out from opposite sides of the field. But Matt Diskin was the man who got Leeds their first try. They led 6-2. Great kick from Sinfield. Wonderful defence, though, all the way around. We've had bandages being put on injuries. No inch or quarter given, but what a run here from Robbie Burrow turned bunny. The Greyhounds couldn't catch him. 65 metres he ran, and the try was scored. Loads of attempts from Wigan. They kept being held up. Finally, a kick worked. Calderwood caught it, and Wigan are on the scoreboard. 12-10 Leeds lead. It is very, very tight, and it really could in the second half go anyway. Well, Burrow and Diskin with the tries for Leeds. Wigan had a couple of penalties and one try from Calderwood. Let's hear from Phil Jones and Robbie Paul.
Thanks, Chloe. We've been watching down here at pitchside, and it's such an intense game, and it looked like Leeds were on top at the start, where Wigan have come storming back.
Yeah, one of the smart things that I think that's come from the Wigan coaching staff is that they made early changes to their front rowers. They brought Palliasina on, brought Stuart Fielding on. They're real two impact players. They did that before the 15-minute mark. And it is so hot down there. I've even taken off my jumper. And if it gets any warmer, I have to strip down into my skins as well. But I don't know if that'll go down too well with the Leeds fans.
Yeah, don't threaten that. Now tell me, what do you think has been the change then as you see it? Because as we were talking down there pitchside, it seemed that Leeds were so on top. What has been the switch for Leeds?
For my mind, I think Wigan have been able to get forward very well. I think Palliasina made a big difference when he came on because it started to tire out the Leeds forward pack, and they were dominating in the early parts of the game. Defensively, they were getting in the 2s and 3s, slowing the pace down to Leeds' time. Now Wigan are coming forward. They're playing the game at their speed, and they're going to have to do that for the next 40 minutes to stay in the game and win the game.
All right, Robbie, thanks for now.
Cheers.
Let's just take you through the various statistics of the first half. Wigan with more possession and with more territory as well. Errors made, only 2 from Wigan, 7 from Leeds. But as Ray French said halfway through, or Jonathan did, the most important statistic is that Leeds lead, but they lead narrowly. And Steve, you said your prediction for the first half was that it was going to be very tight, and you were right.
Yeah, we thought so. Game of chess. We probably thought there would be a few more points in it there, but the credit to both sides. Defended strongly, both sides, particularly Wigan. I think they've bent their backs and made some real strong tackles, and and really not so much slowed the Leeds team down, but they've really controlled just the pace of the game there. Because Wigan know if you turn this game into a game of hot potato, a game of touch football against Leeds, then you're certainly in trouble, as Rob Burrow showed.
But the frustration must be enormous for Wigan because they were playing so well, and yet the defence from Leeds was sensational.
Yeah, it was. I think Wigan could have asked a few more questions of the Leeds team. While they were camped down there for 4 sets of 6, I don't think they asked enough questions. They decided to lay the play before they went for their big shot, and I think that might be telling a little bit later in the day because it's taken some petrol out of the tank of the Leeds team. But I think if they get that field position again, they need to ask a few more questions.
And it's surprising, really, that Leeds haven't been able to. The opportunities they've had have almost been against the run of play or happened in unusual circumstances. This is the first play. Now, was this a knock-on from Kevin Sinfield?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think there was an hand in there from the Wigan player, and it looks from that angle like it goes backwards, but whatever decision Diskin reacts first. This is an interesting play on this one because Diskin comes out from dummy half. If you circle Pat Richards there and Prescott, who's 19, that 19 Prescott thinks Pat Richards is going to come into that space and help Coley make the tackle from dummy half. But Richards is a little bit concerned about going out the back there because he's the full back in case the kick play comes through, and he's half in the line and half coming out the back, and it's just enough there for Diskin to get through, get a one-on-one type situation and slide underneath it.
It is interesting, when you talk through something like that, there are so many things that you clearly think must be going through their heads. When it's actually happening, I presume it's instinct, it's just...
Well, yeah, you practice and you try and get perfect practice and you communicate to each other, because Prescott there at the A defender's not sure whether that's a full-back there who's next to him or wants to get out the line, or whether it's another one of his forwards say alongside of him. So it's communication and sort of the really small pieces of the jigsaw, if you like, but it's important.
Well, we've got Brian McLennan here being very animated there in the middle of their luxurious dressing room with the comfy chairs in the Leeds dressing room. This is the other Brian, who is, again, doing a little bit of hand miming, saying, this is what I want you to do, very tight and controlled, I suppose, in the Wigan dressing room. Now, let's have a look at the try that was not allowed, the Scott Donald try. Well, Scott Donald caught it. Great kick from Sinfield, desperate defence from Wigan, and I think it was Darryl Goulding who held him up.
Yeah, it was a fantastic play here by Goulding. He realises that Donald's got the catch on the ball, and it's great awareness there. And again, what Steve was talking about before about instinct. Instinct, when you're in that situation there, is to hold the attacking player up over the line. He does a fantastic job there, and that's a massive, massive play. We've seen a lot of kicks so far in the game, and I think we'll see some more in the second half, and we'll see some more points from kicks because we've got some really good kickers on display today.
Trent Barrett has been putting kicks all over the place and trying to vary them. Eventually, they did score from a kick at the end, but the Robbie Burrow try goes down as the most sensational moment of the match.
Yeah, very opportunist here. This could have went either way, and I think it would have landed in the hands of anybody else. My first initial reaction was that he was offside, but after watching the replay, I realised that it's come off Fielder's head. It's a play on. Could have landed in anybody else's hands there except for Robbie Burrows, and they must would have got tackled and a chance. And Pat Richards, who's the fullback, followed the kick through, so there was no one at home for the cover defending tackle. And once this little fella gets into space, very hard to stop him, and he goes all the way.
And Steve, the good thing he didn't do was he didn't think twice about it, Rob Burrow. He just kept going. He said, I'll wait until he blows a whistle and tells me there's something wrong with it.
He never does. And that's what Leeds are superb at doing. If they get half a chance, they finish it. There's no two ways about it. I would say Leeds, in World Rugby League terms, have got to be the fastest team in the whole world in terms of across the park, from 1 through to 17. I know there's some quick teams out there in Australia, but they are super fast, this Leeds team.
We saw a great hold-up from the Wigan defence, but Leeds did the same thing in saving a try.
Yeah, and this is the back end of a lot of pressure here. I think a third or fourth set of 6, and Webb does a great job here. Gets underneath the ball there. Carmont, he was going to score for all money there, but there's no doubt whatsoever he holds him up, and that was after 3 or 4 sets of 6. So it's a fantastic effort there by the Leeds team to hold them out. They finally got a try right at the end with a kick, which was fantastic play. A nice kick again from Barrett, I think, of back of it.
Here it is,
yeah, Barrett here. Lots of pressure there to put it right on the button here, and some fantastic catching. Calderwood doesn't take his eye off the ball. Donald thinks he's got it, but comes down. Calderwood plants the ball. Fantastic performance there. Both Wigan players going for the ball. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. So for me, this is the right decision. Ashley Klein's had a couple of difficult ones today, and I think he's come up with the green light correct both times.
It's a physically exhausting type of rugby league that they're playing. Defensively, it's very tough. There's injuries clearly happening out there. It's a very hot, muggy day. Which is the fittest side?
I think the team that uses their interchanges the best. I think fitness-wise, they're both going to be very, very similar. The team that use their interchanges the best, and also we saw on the statistics at half-time, Wigan have had most possession to do the least number of tackling. That could be telling towards the end of the game.
Both very fit sides, both very quick sides. I just think that when you play Leeds in particular, you have to play for every play of every set. And the one time you decide not to, they can find you and they can hurt you. And if Wigan can maintain that and keep kicking the ball well like Barrett's doing, then they've a great chance of doing it. If for 1 second, for one play, someone clocks off, you could just get burnt. It's a very intriguing match.
It really is everything to play for in the second half, as they say, and it genuinely is. So one of these two sides are going to be sitting back tomorrow afternoon, knowing that they are into the semi-finals and waiting to see who's going to join them there. It'll either be Bradford or Hull FC. That's where we'll be for our live match tomorrow afternoon, kick-off at 3:15. Justin soon, Hull KR also in action as well. But Justin is going to be where I am next Saturday, and it's just confirming what we're doing tomorrow, because Justin is coming to Epsom for the derby.
I could not believe that actually what was going to do it. It was one of those days of my life that I'll never forget.
He's cruising up to them, the favourite, as they race up with a furlong.
It all came together, and when I hit the front the last half a furlong, actually my heart stopped.
Frankie Dettori at the 15th to the 10th.
And I had to pitch myself was real and not a dream.
The one they all want, the derby. Coverage starts next Saturday at 1 on BBC One.
And that was one of the most amazing moments of sport I have ever witnessed. Frankie Dettori winning last year's derby. We've also got live coverage of the Jubbmont Oaks and the Coronation Cup. That's on Friday. So Friday and Saturday, top-class racing from Epsom Downs. Second half to savour here at Headingley. And let's hear from a man who was a Wigan legend, who then went on to coach the England Rugby Union Sevens. Joe Lydon is standing alongside Phil Jones.
Yes, Claire is now the Wigan chief executive, and he's got great Challenge Cup pedigree, as you say. What's your impression of what you've seen of your team in the first half?
I thought it was a great half. It was an action-packed half, but I think a little bit of tension out there from both teams, to be honest. Leeds started the better, but Wigan came back into it, and Leeds had to absorb an awful lot of pressure just before half-time. Maybe the psychological advantage with Wigan with that try just before the half-time interval.
Yeah, because it could easily have gone the other way if Leeds had held out to half-time without conceding after all that pressure.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's a mark of the quality of Leeds that they dug in there and we're holding Wigan out despite all that possession. And you know that if you give Leeds Rhinos the chance, then they can go the full length and score.
Tell me finally, what does this competition mean to you, to the club? And you want to win it again. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It means an awful lot to the players, it means a lot to the management, but it means an awful lot to the fans that follow as well. We have, as a club, a great tradition in the Challenge Cup, in the Carnegie Challenge Cup. We'd like to go back there.
All the best for the second half. Let's hope it's a good one.
Thank you.
Joe Lydon, now Chief Executive of Wigan. There are the Wigan fans. They, I think, are quite enjoying the conditions so far, and that last-minute try has given them real hope for the next 40 minutes of play. The drums are rolling. I have to confess, I haven't heard an awful lot of evidence of the supposed turned-down PA speakers. I can't think what's happening in the cricket. They must be hearing all of this. And Leeds coming down the steps from the north side of this ground. Wigan are going to be coming out and through the south stand, and they will clash and meet in the middle. And it would be unfair to ask anyone to call which way this match is going to go, because I genuinely don't think anyone knows. Kevin Sinfield there will need his best kicking boots on. Let's rejoin Jonathan Davis and Ray French.
Thank you, Claire. 2 tries to 1 for that Leeds side, but the 3 goals from Wigan's Pat Richards keeping the Warriors in contention. Tough, rugged defences on display, particularly from this side in cherry and white. But some players, Jonathan, they must tire, and somewhere somebody will find a gap.
Yeah, there'll be a gap there somewhere. It's a very humid day, but Wigan, better territory, less errors, better set completion rate, and more meters gained. But they just can't seem to break that, Leeds defence down. And like I said, Brian will say, just keep on going, we'll crack it, we'll get through it as Leeds. We'll say, look, we haven't really done nothing in that first half. We get field position, we can score. So everything to play for, and it's such an intriguing game. It's, it could go either way, and maybe psychologically, Leeds will be thinking, well, we've been here before with Wigan. It's such an intriguing game.
Intriguing game. 40 minutes to unravel the intrigue. Sinfield just waiting for the call from Mr. Silverwood, who presumably waiting the call from our TV man, and he gets it. Good kick. Now then, what did I say about 10 metres?
Slack, innit? How slack? Penalty. And
I think that was frustration on Phil Bailey's part.
I'd kick this. I would kick this.
He's not going to.
No, he's not. He's only made a yard, 5 yards. I think
it would have been an easy kick for Sinfield.
Yeah, it would have been. I just, what those two boys are thinking of on the 10-metre line, I have no idea. The first thing is to watch that, then turn your head and go back.
Leeds first on the attack then, and haven't seen much of the Wigan 20-metre area in this match so far. Peacock striding forward, 5 metres short.
I think this is the first time they've been in the 20-metre area since the try.
Danny Maguire, well taken by Webb. Elusive runner.
Good tackle again. The tackle has been very
Gareth
good.
Ellis reading a solid block of tacklers there, number 17, Michael McAlorum. Sinfield, little gap of a kick. Oh, it's been lost!
He's offside.
He's offside.
Clearly offside. Clearly offside. Miles offside.
Mr. Silverwood, no need to go to the video referee, makes the judgment himself.
Yeah, I think young Burgess has got to hold the line, Just watch, he's holding, look at him, he's 3 yards inside, look.
Yeah, he's offside.
So is Burrow. If you know the guy's going to kick, you've got to check your run. Time your run off the kicker. And again, they were quite comfortable, the Wigan defence, in that set of 6. Didn't see Burrow or didn't see Maguire in it. I think they've got to start instilling themselves on this game, the Leeds half-backs.
Somehow, Trent Barrett is physically dominating the two Leeds half-backs.
Well, I don't know if they're intimidated by his stature. He's a great player, but you've got to go at him and test him. Maguire, hasn't done anything yet.
Wigan, Hawk.
Shoulder.
Not a high tackle, shoulder. Shouts Mr. Silverwood. And Leeds come up with the ball. This time, Carl Ablett. Peacock.
And again, one penalty, one mistake. So field position. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just going to hold on to the ball, haven't you?
And again, a penalty again. Now again, what will Sinfield do? I think he's considering a goal this time.
Don't be pushing anybody over.
Ref just ticking off Gareth Hawk.
Well, no, going for the touchline again.
2 opportunities gone. Could be vital in a game like this. Still only 12-10. Kylie Lulawai, cousin of Thomas Lulawai, the Wigan scrum half, played together at Mount Wellington. Not the best of friends for 80 minutes here. Oh, that was a wild pass, but it could come off. Maguire! Now then, can we see a run from Maguire? Yes, we can! Good tackle from Lulawai. Driving in, Ellis, and again, he's got it down, or did he drop it? Oof. Did he drop it at the last minute?
It's another tough call for Ashley Klein.
See the ball come out.
He managed to turn himself around. Did he just lose control, Jonathan? Just inches from the ground.
Yes, no try, knock on.
He's no control on that ball.
No try, knock on, that's it. That's not the try, knock on. Knock on. Get on with it.
But is it being ripped out?
I think he loses it in the
turn. In which case it would be a penalty.
I think he's in control of that. Look now. He's held. Now he's got control of that there, look. And then he loses it there.
Yes.
You can't give a penalty for that for ripping out, because it's like your instinct, so you can't leave go of the ball when you're over the try line.
Correct, Jonathan, no try. 20-metre restart.
That was the easiest call for Ashley Klein, I think, today. And again, they've had 2 penalties now, Ray, and the Wigan defence have held out. So their confidence will grow. It's very similar start to the first half, where discipline, given field position.
I'm quite surprised, actually, Jonathan, because in normal league matches, Kevin Sinfield normally does take those opportunities. But the cup is a little different. People get overexcited. Good run there from Coley. McAlorum stealing him a yard or 2.
I think young Bird just got to calm down a bit. He's gone a bit high.
Hawk, Barrett. Wigan running confidently. This time Joel Tompkins on the last tackle. Barrett again as ever. Getting the ball constantly behind Webb. He's not allowing Webb to come running onto this ball and set up an attacking run, is he?
No, he knows what he's like, you know, Webb. He's a tremendous broken field runner. So why give him the opportunity?
Tighten. Don't be creeping forward in the corners, Stu. Stay close. Out.
Keith Senior.
First, all the 10, no penalties. Go.
Oof.
High tackle against Andy Coley, the number 15.
But why not? Why? They've worked hard, they've been under pressure. That's a silly shot.
That's how a full back ends up with a cauliflower ear.
Yeah, but that's a silly shot, isn't it? That's the thing, you know, they've been under pressure the last 10 minutes.
And that is an illegal tackle. It's almost a trip.
He just got him
Oh,
on
I
the
didn't.
collar
It's not a
again.
trip. Sorry, apologies.
No,
He just swung him around.
Just got him on the collar. He was off balance. Good step there.
It was very unfortunate there, McAlorum.
Yeah, Tansey done him. Great step by Tansey. And again, they go for the try.
That's 3 times.
Confidence is high in the Leeds.
Well, Sinfield must have confidence in his side. Here they are, driving in again. But still this Wigan defence holds.
Great turtle there. Good. Put him on his back. Slowed it down a bit.
Sinfield. Hawk. And Bailey getting through a lot of tackling in this match. Burrow. Peacock.
Third, on the line.
5 metres from that Wigan line. Sinfield again with Maguire. The side step from Maguire. He can't get through. He offloads it.
This is
Good
dangerous
pick
now.
up from Webb. Gareth Ellis. But Peacock. It needs the direct route.
There we are. What I've noticed with the Wigan is no one's running out to the line. They're holding their line and just no one's rushing out.
Burrow, good ball. Still good tackling there. Terrific cover tackle there from Barrett himself. Little chip over the top. Luluai's there.
He just want to see if he left the field of play.
I think he's checking with the video referee to see whether he jumps from the field of play or whether he jumps in the in-goal area. Makes a big difference. If you jump from the in-goal area, then it's a tap on the 20-metre line.
I think it's a dropout.
It's a tap on the kick out on the
dropout.
The try line, dropout.
Another set.
Yeah, it could be a dropout.
He tried to con the referee Lulai there, and before the video ref, he might have got away with it. But little whisper in his ear, referee, and
you might have done years ago when they didn't have
well, you got to try it, haven't you, Ray?
little earpieces. Luluai.
First, leaving Gareth.
Leeds now piling the pressure on. Peacock, and significantly using the big forwards. He's lost it.
It must be very difficult, you know, to bring someone on like Tansey to play in that acting half-back role. It is a specialist position, and even for the half-backs, that split second with the distribution, Diskin is quicker in the pass, Tansey isn't, and with that split second, Burrow and Maguire will have the ball with less space.
Stay tight. Out.
And again, 3 penalty kicks, right?
Just look at the difference there, though, Jonathan, in that possession.
Yes.
Leeds there with 75% in this half.
But again, the important stat is the scoreboard. They're still in front, but they haven't scored with all that possession and territory.
Richards. The point you made, Jonathan, I do think that is a problem with Leeds. When Diskin is an acting half-back, everything runs smoothly. But they don't have another one to come on as a natural half-back. They have to put Rob Burrow there occasionally. Bailey.
This will be an interesting decision. Will he go for goal? Because he's a good goal kicker. I think he'll have a pop here.
Gareth, when they pass the ball, leave them alone.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a pop.
Twice.
He's having a look. No, he's not. And Robbie down there, any news?
Well, one of the things that I'm noticing this afternoon that's been quite unique about this game, and opposed to other times I've watched Leeds play, is this Wigan pack do not fare the Leeds pack. They're really going at it. They must end up being very strong offensively and defensively. And, you know, this is one of the first games I've seen this season where the Leeds pack have not been dominant.
I think he said something, is he?
Be a bitter blow.
Oh no, is it blood?
Blood. Oh, I thought he was going into the sin bin.
And I did. I thought he might have said something out of turn. But
I thought he referred to his Mr. Silverwood's fatherhood.
This is rugby league, isn't it? So very much respect for the referees. The respect that some other sports should take on board, actually.
Hawk.
Second, back 10, lead in! And wait.
Wigan, have they weathered the storm? Half an hour remaining. They trail by 2 points. I am calling the shots now. Good ball to Barrett.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a try! And Richards is in!
There could be a block here by Tompkins.
Possible obstruction.
There could be a block.
Possible obstruction.
The referee checking with Mr. Klein again, but Pat Richards strolling in there. Was there a problem?
There's Hawk going through, okay? There's no block there. Then Tompkins comes. That is a block.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I think that's a block.
That's a problem.
He could have drifted maybe, but
He strolled through too easily when we've seen the Leeds, the quality of the Leeds defence. No try. And a penalty to Leeds. Obstruction here.
Hey, stop it there. Just watch this guy coming in here, which will create the space for this guy, but he will block this guy. If we run it on, there's the block, there's the infringement. That's the penalty, no try. Well,
but Leeds must be beginning to realise that all is not going to plan, Jonathan. They might be leading, but they've got a battle on here, haven't they?
They have.
Second, release! Come on, Sue, go!
Sinfield, working hard, distributing, kicking.
Go!
Young Simon Waddle, a convert from the Leeds Rugby Union Club, a flanker, now playing rugby league. Look out for him, number 25.
I think it's a great cup tie, this is. You know, the favourites are there just trying to find their game, trying to create something. Wigan, you know, clear underdogs. That's too far, that is. That's a poor kick.
No, poor kick.
And again, this just sums up in 50 minutes. I think that the half-backs, the Leeds half-backs are intimidated slightly by the, you know, the Wigan half-backs. You know, when you get people like Weg coming in to kick in that situation, he should never be near. The half-backs should be dominating the game now. Barrett has been head and shoulders above anyone so far.
Ryan McLennan there, sitting in the main stand here at Headingley, must be getting concerned. The Leeds club have set their stall up for a trip to Wembley. It might not be, but still they lead 12 points to 10 for all the good play from Wigan, for all the technical expertise of Barrett. They still need points. Here is Calderwood now, racing in field. Tracked by Webb.
Good tackle.
Barrett again.
Great ball.
Good long ball out to George Carman. Oh, beautiful step to Carman. Carman going for the line. Good tackle there from number 22, Ryan Hall. Still Wigan pushing the ball about. Barrett again to the corner. Well taken.
Penalty, trying to drag him in.
Penalty, dragging Scott Donald over the line.
But that's the difference, isn't it? When Leeds get into the opposition 20-metre area, there's no direction. When Wigan do it, Trent Barrett is pulling the strings.
Yeah. Now there's the push.
Trying to drag him over.
Peacock.
First, stand.
Had a game afternoon, but not really managed to break the grip of that Wigan defence.
Second.
Bailey lost the ball, although declaring that it's been ripped out.
Ball still. How many penalties we got, Ash? We're getting near one. Wait! Go!
Good plunge there from Kylie Luluai. Can Leeds now make something of this set of six? Using the big men. Jamie Peacock twisting, turning to the 20-metre line. Sinfield. This is better from Leeds now, making good ground. Diskin. Well tracked there by Darryl Goulding. Oh, he's got it away.
Backwards.
Still Leeds. Sinfield. Maguire. Little chip kick through. Here's a chance. Good play there by Liam Coleman. Managed to flick that ball over the dead ball line.
Hi Robbie, I just got to ask you, Robbie, do you think the Leeds half-backs have got to impose themselves on this game, you know? Very quiet.
Well, I've got to say, Jeffy, I think their forwards have been outplayed. What the Leeds halfbacks do like is that their forwards get forward, give them a great platform, and then they run off the back of it. They're more running halfbacks as opposed to ball-playing halfbacks, and they need their forwards to get forward for them. But they definitely need to put their hands up and impose themselves on this game. Yeah, I agree.
Cheers, Rob.
Luluai.
Well, you've got to have Bailey and Lulai now. They're just making the hard yards. Maybe they are playing a bit too much lateral, looking for the offload. This is a cup game, no second chance. You've got to go forward.
Sinfield. Carman's in very, very quickly there on Waddle. Maguire. Good ball. Beautiful ball to Diskin. He's got Webb with him. Oh, Webb scoring! Superb effort, and Jonathan, you were calling for some effort from Maguire. He must have heard you. He's answered you surely.
He comes in, he gives the money ball, and he's always going to be there, Webb. That's what you need.
Brent Webb, his 11th try of the season.
He steps in, he goes in, and that's it. Great support play. He drifts and drifts and drifts, throws the ball. Mickey Hyam is ball watching. Good angle, great support play.
And Diskin in the right place at the right time to take the ball and give the pass. Just look at that pigeon there, it's totally unconcerned about the only living object on this ground not to be so. Brent Webb, the scorer. A simple conversion attempt for Sinfield. Leeds move a little further out, and Jonathan, good try.
Very good try. If we just stop you there, there's the guy who's ball watching, and unfortunately what happens is he just hits this hole. I think it's Mickey Hyam running on. He's just ball watching. He sees the danger of the outside half coming into the game. As he's running across, he's worried about Danny Maguire's speed. He gives the pass. Lovely try.
Still a long time remaining here yet. Well over 21 minutes remaining. That's a long, long time in the modern game. Leeds now, buoyed surely by that try. Diskin.
I think the next score is crucial now, isn't it?
Leeds are running a little bit more direct from the acting half-back position now.
Yeah. I think he must have knocked from our angle. It's very difficult to see what happened.
Has he given a knock on?
Yeah, I think he lost it. No, I think he lost the ball before the ball was hit back.
It hit the Wigan player then.
Let's have a look. Yeah, he loses control before the ball goes back. Yeah, good decision. Forget, the crowd's reaction, but giving them Wigan the opportunity again.
Richards.
Okay, leaving. Back out. Go.
Harrison Hansen, son of the ex-Salford forward, Shane. McAlorum, Lulawai. Good running by Lulawai. Wigan keep hitting back. Hyam. Hawk back on the pitch again.
Well, they've kept him quiet, haven't they? That was ridiculous. He tried to give them another miracle ball.
And Phil, down there.
Thanks, Ray. Lee Smith on the Leeds bench. Lee, a real arm wrestle out there, but that try's so crucial.
Yeah, it is a big arm wrestle out there, and I think that try just helped us a lot. I think with 8 points now, I think we'll be able to hold on with our defence.
What was the message at half-time from Brian McLennan?
Oh, not much really. Just keep doing what we're doing, and keep punching the sets out. We give a lot of cheap ball away, and they strive off that really.
Thanks a lot, Lee.
Cheers, mate.
I think the
one tackle remaining in this sequence. Sinfield.
I think it's the one problem Wigan have had is their discipline, and they've conceded 10 penalties to Leeds 5. That's a problem. Well, another silly tackle. This is where they are now, and look, good field position now.
Wigan need to hit back in this game though, Jonathan, very, very quickly.
Yeah, they need to score now. They need to score.
It's a question of confidence at this stage in the game. You need to be back in there. Here they go. Stuart Fielder bidding to regain his international prop forward position. Hyam looking for that gap.
Oh. That's a bad shot.
Not a good tackle. Oh, that's a high tackle.
I tell you what,
and certainly Hyam felt it and he knew it.
That's a yellow card.
Okay, high tackle. No. Where's Trent?
2 minutes earlier, it's smattering around the edge.
Be quiet.
Kevin Sinfield trying to point out to Mr. Silverwood of earlier high tackles, but I think the referee is going to have a word with the two captains about it.
Incident screen on report. Okay, high tackle.
He's putting the incident on report.
I'm not sure about this report thing. You know, if you're a man short for 10 minutes now,
I don't like it.
You've got a chance of, you know, scoring.
Look.
You know, okay, if he has a one-match ban on Monday, how's that going to help Wigan? He's still out of the cup.
Mr. Silverwood saw it, he blew his whistle, he penalised the other side, so why does he go on report?
It's either yellow or red.
To me, well, a yellow, I think, for that.
Yeah, well, it's one or the other. Now you have 10 minutes. Because if he is banned, it's the next side that play.
And you still
Leeds,
have 13 men
on
when
the
he's
benefit,
banned. Here to Wigan then now. 8 metres from this Leeds line. 18-10 de trail, 17 minutes remaining.
Short, 4, 2 feet.
Can Palliasina force his way over? He's big, he's powerful, but he can't.
4 men though.
4 men against him.
On the line.
Mickey Hyam wants a clear pass away. Barrett.
Good tackle.
Good tackle.
Rob Barrow, good tackle. He used his speed there to great effect.
And with Justin Morgan there in the studio, anything to comment on at this stage, Justin?
Yeah, just interesting for Wigan. I think they just need to keep their composure. There's plenty of time left on the clock. Yeah, they're a couple of scores behind. Need to stop giving away penalties, which you guys have already alluded to, but they just need to stay nice and composed. They'll get another opportunity down there into that end of the park to put some points on. There's plenty of time for them. No panic just yet.
Interesting to see Kevin Sinfield a little bit off our screen there, waving his arms about, telling his side to settle down. I get the feeling Leeds are getting a little flustered, Jonathan.
Well, they're still, you know, they're staying to the open game.
Sinfield again. Hawk moving in aggressively. Why not? That's what a forward should do. Burrow.
It's a good kick, very good kick. Broken line, no.
Good running there, chasing by Leeds. And don't forget the interactive forum following the end of this game. Rugby League at bbc.co.uk. Text 81111. 81111. Interactive. Have your say.
Jamie, stand.
I'm sure you will, Jonathan.
Go.
I'll give it a go, Ray.
4. Move, Simon. Wait. Winding. Go.
Palliasina back in the action. Luluai.
Last one. 5 hours.
Very good defences though here.
Well, it's gone backwards.
Both very
This
good.
afternoon, every try had to be worked. Charged down there by Bailey. That's another 6 tackles. Does Richards know? Oh.
He knew. A good play,
Good
Richards.
play.
He did know what he was doing. He tried to con the defence.
Yeah, but he caught me. Wigan. Come on, good step to Luluai.
He's in.
Luluai will score. Oh, terrific try.
Back in the game.
Thomas Luluai. Latching on to the little slip pass. George Carlin once again evading the tacklers, and Wigan are back in this game again. 18-14, conversion to come, and what a finale we're in for.
Great play by Richards. Skins the first one and gets behind the defensive line. They've got to work harder to get back. Great offload. Look at that. Ablett's gone in, and unfortunately for Leeds, they get behind. Carmont. Just watch Ablett, he's drawn in a little bit.
Luluai just getting the congratulations from Mickey Hyam there. And Pat Richards lines up the kick. Well, I didn't think we'd see much better matches in the Challenge Cup than that St Helens Warrington game a few weeks ago, but here we are with another. A tremendous Carnegie Challenge Cup tournament.
Hits it hard.
Richards with the conversion. Luluai with the try, and three little lads think Wigan can still win.
Balkans will stop it there. There's the man that's come. You know, he's come in for him, and unfortunately he leaves the gap. Run it on the outside shoulder for Lulai, and he's away. A split tackle. Danny Maguire might have made something better of that, but again, the in and out, the offload.
We said the gaps would come though, Jonathan. It's in the last quarter. It's getting warmer. The sun's beating down here.
They just can't shake them off, Ray, can they? They just can't go that little bit away, and he's going to charge.
Oh, powerful run from Palliasina. He smashed the man away. He's still going. Oh, he's like one of those tanks that General Patton used to call.
That's a great run. That's a great run, Ray. But I tell you what, if there's no one in front of me, I don't think he'd have got there.
It's all Wigan at the moment. Leeds are on the rack. They lead by 18-16.
There's some tired boys there now.
Wigan are growing taller. 5 minutes from this 5 metres from this Leeds line. We talked about excitement.
Lulai now is seeing that the forwards are tired. You've got to go to Trent Barrett.
Mickey Hyam. Good ball. To Hawk. Oh!
That's a handover. I thought it was a block.
No.
He run the wrong angle again, young Tompkins. Got in the way of Hawk. What a game.
Wigan moving in very, very quickly.
Leeds now have got to hold on to this ball and have a good kick. Some of their forwards are out on their feet. They've got to hold in.
I think the interchange situation is going to be very, very interesting. How many interchanges are left? Who is left? Who can still come back?
Leeds got 4, Wigan got 3.
Wigan got 3. Well, we've got 11 minutes remaining.
Great tackle. And I'm sure after that run, Palliasina will be looking for the interchange.
Some more tries will come. But this Wigan side now tackling with great force. And Leeds racked to find a gap. Charge down. Hansen's going for it. Sinfield. Peacock comes up with it. It's like a 7-a-side.
Great play by Peacock. Wide. I thought that should have been wide clear, do you think? I'm not sure about that. I didn't see the charge down, but
the referee made it very, very plain that it was the 5th tackle, though, Jonathan.
I wasn't sure if he was kicked at someone or if it was a charge down. I'm not really sure.
I thought it was a charge down.
I did as well. I thought that was call went against Leeds. I thought Leeds.
This man Palliasina becoming more and more vital now to Wigan. Hyam, Barrett, Luluai again. Carmont, good ball. How wide here? Calvin going away. Can he get in?
Great defence.
What a tackle at the corner there.
I think Maguire made the
last-ditch effort from Webb.
I think Maguire made the
Maguire
touch.
Was in there, Jonathan.
Yeah, he got the touch, I think, to trip him over. Great commitment, attack and defence.
But what a run from the wingman too. He shirked nothing.
Let's have a look. Yeah, he's got the angle on him, Maguire. Does he get to him? He just does it, and then Webb finishes it off.
Webb stops him from reaching over.
Great tackle, Maguire. And then there's the finish. Good run again by Colborne. I'll tell you what.
The Leeds pack walking away from the scrum. The Wigan pack running away. But of course, the Leeds team still in control. 9 minutes remaining. 2 points the difference for one team to go through to the semi-final. Will it be the Rhinos? Will it be the Warriors? Maguire. What about those 3 spurned kicks at goal, Jonathan?
Well,
from Leeds' point of view.
Don't have to worry about them now, I'm telling you. You got other things to worry about.
All on, keeper's okay. Okay, Keith. Hold.
He's not a happy man, is
offside.
Brian McLaren, his first taste of real knockout rugby. Luluai.
Tell you what, he's had a big game. Carmont as
He has
well.
done. Wigan through Luluai and Carmont really attacking down this left wing. Hansen. Luluai again.
Last one. Hell, 5.
Paul Prescott.
Let's go up in the air, this. It'll go up in the air.
Barrett. That's a difficult one.
Oh, well taken again.
Superbly taken.
Tell you what.
And Burrow doing very, very well to get back.
You can feel that Leeds are hanging on now. They were the main offensive side in the first 20 minutes, but now some of their players are out on their feet. No mistakes, what they want to do. Good run, Webb.
Playing some sensible one-man rugby here. Getting that ball away from the 20 metre area. Good run by Peacock.
He stood up as well in the last 5 minutes. But again, they're not making those yardage.
7 minutes remaining. Sinfield with the kick. Good take by Colburn. The fitness levels of the modern rugby league player can really be appreciated here this afternoon. One or two of them calling on reserves of energy. Hyam. Luluai, Carmont again. Carmont breaking clear. He's a powerful runner.
Tell you what, he's caused them trouble, that man, hasn't he?
And this man has. Thomas Luluai, he really has come to the fore. Took a lot of pressure off that man there, Trent Barrett.
Poor pass, though. Poor pass, slowed the whole movement down.
Joe Tompkins.
Right.
The 5th tackle. Barrett. Again, the high one.
Ooh.
Taken well by Ryan Hall.
Yeah, good take. And they put pressure on Barrett there, so he didn't have the time to put the kick up. He's away.
Good run, Keith Senior. Well, he's still going into that.
Great run,
We've not
Keith
seen
Senior.
a lot of Senior in this match, but certainly coming to the fore there.
That run could be the
Looking for the
difference.
one try. Oh, he's just got him by the scruff of the neck.
That run by Senior could be the difference.
Leeds hitting back now. Right. 5 minutes remaining. 2 points the difference. Diskin looking either way. Goes to his left. Good long ball out wide. Can he get into the corner? Yes, he can.
Great finish. That is it.
For Scott Donald will clinch this game. Wigan players put their hands on the hip. Hawk goes down on his haunches, but it's congratulations all around from the amber and blue. Is that try the winner from Scott Donald in at the corner after that terrific run from Senior?
Yeah, great run by Senior. Good field position. And as Steve McNamara in studio said, you got to play every set, every tackle, every minute of this game. There we are. There's the lovely cut-out ball. His winger's got to make it. And that's it. Lovely ball, that. And it's just pace. But they've showed great character, Leeds. You know, maybe they haven't played to the best of their ability because Wigan haven't let them. But fantastic response when they've been really under the cuff.
It's a truism about a great side, Jonathan. There's always a class player can pull you out, isn't it?
Yes, you know, and I think Peacock stood up in the last 5 minutes.
And the kick then, a very, very important one for Kevin Sinfield. 6 points ahead, only a try and a goal the difference. This kick to make Wigan have to score twice. Right out there on the touchline. floats to the left-hand side, so Wigan still in with a chance of making a draw.
It's great play as the ball comes out. We keep it going there, keep it going. It's a great cut-out pass. Stop it there. Once this guy comes in, he's got to make the tackle. He doesn't make the tackle. It's a lovely pass, but this is just pace. Trent Barrett thinks he's got him, puts his foot down, try. Oof.
And Wigan, now then, do they come up with the ball or do they not? No, said the referee, a knock-on. And the man of the match, Jonathan, there've been quite a few candidates.
Yeah, for me, I think, you know, Carmichael's played well, but even in a losing side, for me, the Carnegie man of the match, head and shoulders, Wigan, number 6, Trent Barrett.
Head team, come on. Time back on. Wait. Out.
Certainly a powerful influence. One of his aims was to appear at Wembley in a Challenge Cup final, but sadly, looking now as it will not be. 2 minutes remaining. Leeds lead by 22 points to 16. Wigan need the ball quickly.
Let's have a look, Ash, here. Back play. Let's have a look.
I think they're looking at a penalty here for Diskin. Diskin taken out, I think, by Stuart Fielder.
I think he's just checking.
Late shot. There he is, hang on. Oh, shaking for the call.
Bad shot.
It's a silly tackle.
Well,
frustration.
Now, did the referee see this or not?
No, he didn't. He asked for it.
How's the on report?
No, that's nothing, is it?
There's one thing, it gives Leeds the advantage in the final 2 minutes, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, and the 6 points does, Ray.
Leeds on the attack again. Number 8, Kylie Luluai.
Yeah, just, you know, set it up, knock
the
a
Rhinos
drop goal,
beating the drums under the stand here.
Just go for a drop goal. Set the drop goal up.
I think that's what he's doing.
Go on, just drive it forward. Just make sure. That's it. Go on.
Nick Scruton.
That's it. Sinfield is there. Sinfield is there. Oh, they've gone.
No, Maguire's going.
Now Sinfield is back in the pocket again. You got to find him. You got to find him. That's it. Knock it over. End of the match.
There's the 1-pointer. All hope gone now. Surely for the Wigan Warriors. A drop goal there, superbly marshalled by the skipper and kicked by the skipper, Kevin Sinfield.
Yeah, he was in position, you know, 2 tackles before that. That's it now.
(23-16) for Leeds then, and well, they gain revenge for their exit from the Carnegie Challenge Cup in the hands of Wigan last year. They lost 22-18. Ian had heading. It was a thriller then. It's been a thriller this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been a great game. 2 very, very good sides. I just been a brilliant game. Either side to win.
The fans counting the seconds down. There is the hooter. Congratulations all round from the men in amber and blue. Their 8th Cup and League victory run continues, and no one will want to draw against this side when the draw for the semi-finals is made on Monday night.
No. Well, what a game, though. What
Terrific effort from both sides,
yeah,
though.
You know,
wonderful effort.
You see the Wigan fans standing there applauding their side and the victors. But just a great cup tie. 2 very, very committed side, you know, and they just couldn't shake Wigan off because they leaves until the end.
And the Wigan fans, they're rightly applauding their side. They have given everything here this afternoon, especially that big man, Palliasin, and the little man, Rob Burrow, whose first half try rocked the Warriors back on their heels. And Phil Jones, I understand, is down there on the pitch already.
Yes, indeed, Ray, with the triumphant Leeds coach Brian McLennan. First of all, what a match, what a victory.
Yeah, what a great advertisement for rugby league. You know, it was gee, it was tough out there, and I think all the players from both sides should be congratulated.
Well, it's so close there near the end. You need your big players to stand up, and I mean that run from Keith Senior for one. There was that try-saving tackle, 2 players in the corner.
Well, that's Keith. You know, he's an outstanding international. You know, he's one of the leaders of our side, and you need that type of thing when you come to the big plays, and Keith Senior will step up and do that for you.
Tell me about the kind of heart and character in your team and what you've seen out there today.
Oh, you know, we knew Wigan would come tough. You know, they have a very proud history in this competition, and we knew we were going to have to, you know, show plenty of resolve, and we did. We're all very happy.
And you can still dream of that Wembley appearance.
Yeah, we can, and we get another shot, so, you know, we can, you know, whoever we draw, we just got to get out and make sure we play well enough to win, to get through.
Fantastic effort, well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're going to talk to some of the players as well. Keith Senior, what an enormous impact he had in that second half when Leeds, honestly, were beginning to look like they were down and out. Wigan were the stronger, they had more possession, they had more territory, but there was one run from Keith Senior where he just refused to be tackled, he refused to go down. And he really was the man who instigated that match-winning try. Phil, have you got him?
Yeah, he's down here, Glenn. As Jonathan said in commentary, it was that run from Keith that made the difference at the end. You need your big players to step up at that time when it's so close, and you did, Keith.
Yeah, definitely. You know, getting a bit frustrated out wide. You know what I mean? You know, the senses we weren't seeing much more because the forwards made it a tough competition in the middle. You know, I had to get in and do some work, and you know, thankfully it was a good run, and it set up to the winning try. You know, which puts us through to the next round, which we've been looking for.
Tell me just how tough it was. It was fantastic to watch. What was it like to play in?
Absolutely superb, you know, there's a great atmosphere there heading every time. Wigan came here, you know, they've turned us off early in the week, so we knew it was going to be a massive contest. We had to dig deep, you know, the sun's shining, it was hard work, but, you know, these are the type of games that you enjoy playing in.
And as a team, you've made no secret of the fact that you were targeting this competition. It's one you want. Leeds have only won it once in 29 years. You desperately want to get your hands on it again.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we're built up to the World Cup challenge. You know, with the games before, we were treating them like semi-finals. We've done exactly the same with this game. With, you know, the previous rounds before, because we've got a nice lead. You know, in the Super League, we're built on this game because it's something that we want. You know, we want to win that trophy.
Keith, congratulations, well done.
Cheers.
Let me bring your captain in, Kevin, who can still dream of lifting that Challenge Cup up at Wembley. He's got one more game to go before he can think of that. But tell me about the character of your players out there today.
Yeah, we seem to be doing it tough this year in this competition. Our first draw against Celtic was a tough one for us, really, and managed to scrape through against Quins in London, and we've got through today. So the character of the boys is fantastic. The hunger and desire they've got. The last 20 minutes were out on our feet, but managed to get through.
Psychologically, of course, because of what Wigan have done to you in the past, that must have been another hurdle to overcome, the mental task.
Well, they always seem to be tight games. I think they're two pretty evenly matched sides with a lot of great players, and they're both well coached. So I think when you get a game like that and the conditions, at times it was scrappy, but very tight.
They've lifted some great trophies in your time, the grand final last season. What about the Challenge Cup? Are you dreaming of that day?
It's a bit of a way off yet. We're glad to be in the bag for the next round. We'll see what happens. It's obviously a dream of anybody to lift that trophy, but we'll see where we go. We need to improve on this one and all that.
All right, thanks for talking to us. Well done.
Thank you.
Would be a huge moment for Kevin Sinfield, who's twice played on the losing side, but himself has never won the Challenge Cup. Well, Wigan have done plenty of times before. It won't be their year this year. They have been beaten 23 points to 16 by Leeds. Trent Barrett, though, was named man of the match. Let's hear his thoughts.
Well, Trent, congratulations on winning the man of the match. There's your bubbly, but I think you'll want to be drowning your sorrows after coming out on the losing side.
Yeah, certainly. You know, I'm still proud of our guys. You know, we tried very hard against a very good side and pushed them probably to the end. So they're a real good side, Leeds, and you know, we give them probably too many penalties in the end, and we're a bit worn out towards the end.
Penalties aside, did you see that Keith Senior run that clinched the match-winning try for them, and also the try you could have had in the corner from Colburn as the two pivotal moments, maybe?
Yeah, you know, great tackle by Danny Maguire in the corner, and probably the obstruction one, you know, could have changed the game too. It was one of them ones that could have went either way, but those calls tend to go with the dominant side, and Leeds probably were at that stage. So, you know, full credit to them. They're a very good side, and you know, I think they'll reach the final anyway.
So where will you go from here? Where will you be able to pick your players up and progress from this point?
I think so, mate. I think, you know, if we show that sort of effort every week, we're a good chance of going really well. So, you know, Leeds are the top side in the comp. They won the comp last year, and if we can push them at 80 minutes, you know, we're a good chance against anyone. But, you know, full credit to them.
Trent Barrett, Carnegie man of the match, but commiserations on the defeat, Trent.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Carnegie.
Well, Justin Morgan and Steve McNamara are with me. It was an extraordinary difference in the match, really, because the first half was really tight, not too many mistakes made. Second half was ragged as anything.
Yeah, it was some fantastic defensive displays. There was a lot more line breaks in the second half, a lot more excitement, I suppose, especially from the fans' point of view. But I thought the scrambling defence in the second half was fantastic, and especially the conditions, very, very hot. The game was played at a very intense level. The speed was very high. So both sets of players need to be congratulated on a fantastic performance.
And Steve, really, for 80% of the second half, one would have thought Wigan were going to win it.
Well, yeah, I think the second half was split into two halves, if you like. At the start of the second half, Leeds got on the back of a couple of penalties there and had a lot of field position and possession, but Wigan came on really strong, didn't you? We talk about the speed of the Leeds side, particularly when they've got the ball, but I think the speed from Maguire on that cover tackle has really saved them.
There they are celebrating. They're clearly singing their favourite song and doing a little dance. Maybe they'll be watching Nancy tonight and they're just trying to cheer on for whoever they fancy, the three girls who are left. Wonderful moments for them. But actually, the first try after half-time, Brent Webb scoring for Leeds here. They've had two tries disallowed.
Yeah, really interesting. You see Brent Webb there circle. This is the play of the ball before. This is why Leeds are so good. This is a loss-making meterage play there. What the Leeds, I think it's Worrell who's got the ball there. What he decides to do is get up and win the play of the ball out. So we saw Webb where he was. If we stop it there, he gets up, he plays the ball quickly, which enables Diskin to get out. Look at Webb pictured there, looking like he's doing nothing. He gets a sniff that. Diskin's going to get out across the front of a couple of defenders, turns and chases, and scores a try there on the back of, you know, not what many players would really think was an opportunity to score a try, and that is why they are so good. That is not even half a chance. That's an eighth of a chance, and Diskin's reacted to it. Look at the players coming through, and Webb, who had played the ball on the previous play and looked like he was going to get back, gets back up in support, and it makes the difference.
And Brent Webb was, I think, their leading try scorer last season, wasn't he? And he's a man who knows how to finish off.
He's fantastic. His support play is outstanding. He made a couple of decisive tackles in the first half where he stopped the try, and his support play is fantastic. You know, he just pushes up the middle of the park, and fantastic attitude of his, thinking nothing's on, looking to go out the back, and then pushes up and gets himself a 4-pointer. So great play by Webb.
The one thing that Wigan did not do was give up, and Thomas Luluai brought them right back into the match with this try.
Yeah, it was a good chance here. Wigan started to get a little bit of momentum, good footwork and a good support play. Nice little short passing, fantastic play there by Wigan. Just a little bit of momentum going their way. And after this try by Luluai, they look to get plenty of momentum. Nice little dummy half play. Webb getting caught there at marker. Good footwork by Carmon, who I thought had a very good second half. Created a lot of opportunities on that left-hand side. And Luluai gets a fantastic halfback's try, supporting, you know, on the left-hand side of the field there, and got Wigan right back in the match.
And what could have absolutely swung it for Wigan is if this next try had actually not been held up by Danny Maguire. Fantastic defence from Leeds. And
yeah, again, you know, out to this left-hand side. Barrett puts the ball through the hands. Luluai, great footwork by Carmont. Just draws the winger in. Fantastic play. But Danny Maguire, you know, we heard the commentators throughout the game asking for Maguire to step up. Yeah, he stepped up defensively and offensively, but this is a try-saving tackle, this one, and certainly a match winner. If Colborne scores that try there, possibly we can go on to win the game.
And listen, there were so many examples of how tough rugby league players are, and that was one of them, because he whacked his head. I mean, I know those posts go over, but it would still have hurt a hell of a lot. And there were blood and bandages all over the place. Well, somebody who didn't get physically injured there, I suspect, is emotionally injured right now, and that's the Wigan coach, Brian Noble.
Well, Brian, what have you been saying to your players in there after such a heroic display by your team?
I thought probably the better team on the day lost. We didn't have a lot of ball in the second half, which didn't help us. But, you know, I thought that their effort was extremely good, and extremely proud of what they've tried to achieve today, you know. And another given day, we might have got a couple of calls that went our way.
You almost had a try in the corner there, desperate. A couple of tackles, actually, to keep you out. And then the Keith Senior run that led to their try. Were they the moments, as you see it, that changed it in their way in the end?
Probably not. No, the people are tired at the end there. So we saw a huge break from Theka Paliasina. We went the distance, 60, 70 metres, and both teams have given their all, haven't they? It's been hopefully it's been a great spectacle for people, but we're extremely disappointed in there because, and then, as I said before, on any other given day, I think we could have come away with the win.
And tell me how you pick your players up after a defeat like this. It must be demoralising, in spite of taking pride in their performance.
Well, it's important that they recognise that they've competed today and competed really well against what's the best team in the Super League at the moment. We need to take that kind of commitment and endeavour for the rest of the season, and we won't be far off. I'm really pleased with some of the things we've done today, and there'll always be things that we can do a little bit better. But take your hats off to Leeds there to hang on in there with their fingernails as well, didn't they? And they come away with the win, and we didn't. But as I say, I thought a couple of decisions either way could have changed the game.
Thanks for talking to us, Brian.
Pleasure.
If you've got thoughts on today's match or indeed on tomorrow's quarter-finals, you can get in touch with us. 81111 is the text number, or you can email us rugbyleague@bbc.co.uk, because we have a forum coming up on Interactive when you'll hear more from Justin, from Steve and from Robbie Paul, who right now is in that luxurious-looking Leeds dressing room.
Well, I'm here in the victorious Leeds Rhinos changing rooms with Jamie Peacock, Great Britain captain. JP, you've got the scars to show it. It looked like a very physical game out there. What was it like out there, mate, in the middle?
It was tough, It was pretty hot weather, and Wigan gives us a real good game. Nobody seems to get them up to play well at Headingley, and they did that today. But we toughed it out and managed to come through at the end.
At any time during the game were you starting to fear maybe they could come back? Because they did look dominant in periods.
Yeah, they were dominant for periods. You're right there, Robbie. And there were periods that we felt was under the cushion. They were putting a lot of pressure on us, to be honest, but we managed to absorb that and then go down the other end of the field and score, which we seem to do quite often this year.
Now, you've had Challenge Cup success before in the past. What would it mean to you personally to play in that new Wembley?
Massive. I went and watched Saints versus Catalan last year, and what stadium I never got to play at the old Wembley, and I want to play at Wembley with this team here, with my hometown. And we're one game away now, semi-final, so 80 minutes away from playing at Wembley.
You always get that in January. Okay, on a lighter note, you've written a brilliant autobiography, No White Flag. How are the sales going?
Yeah, they're going all right. I think there's about 500 copies left, so get down to the shops and buy it.
Thanks, JP. Back to you there in the studio. Cheers.
Scott Donald just behind him, and he is the man who scored the match-winning try. The final thing to analyse, and it came just a couple of minutes before full time.
Yeah, this is senior. This is the leading up to the try. This is a great play right at the end. Some tired players, Hock misses the tackle there, can be forgiven. But, as mentioned, plenty of times already, big game players come up with big plays in big games. This is a big play. And even here, he could be forgiven to just going to the ground there and looking to play the ball. Gets up, makes a few more yards, a few more yardage, and then after that, they get some momentum going forward and they finally get the try.
And he's 32 years old now, Keith Senior. I mean, he shows no signs of stopping. But let's have a look at the try. Steve.
Yeah, Kevin's come up with a great bit of vision there and a great pass, and that catch and pass there, I think that was from Ellis there, was just as good, if not better. And Scott Donald, I think he was featured earlier on. He's probably the best finisher in the competition on present form, and again, they seem to find a way, Leeds, don't they? And I think you could tell by the reaction of the Leeds players just how tough that game was for them, and the relief at the end what showed them, and obviously some celebration there because they're one game away.
Well, thanks to that sensational effort from both sides, we've seen a stunning match. It means that Leeds Rhinos are through to the semi-finals. There are 3 more spots to be filled, and they will be decided tomorrow. We'll be live at Bradford against Hull FC. Now, if you want to go to the final, the number to ring for ticket information is 0871 226 1313. Tickets at Wembley go from £21, and it is one of the great days out in sport, I can promise you that. Tomorrow afternoon on BBC Two, we have a range of sports for your enjoyment. The Rowing World Cup from Lucerne starts on Interactive at 9:45, and then you can see it on BBC Two from 2 o'clock. And there we won 5 goals at the last Rowing World Cup. Wasps against Leicester is the, of course, Rugby Union Premiership final, and you can see highlights of that at 11:30 with John Inverdale tomorrow morning. MotoGP comes from Mugello in Italy. Susie Perry will be there. Interactive from 9:45 and coverage on BBC Two from 12:30. We will be in Bradford from 3 o'clock for Bradford and Steve's team against Hull FC. And there is more rugby union as well. The Rugby Sevens, you can see that on Interactive. In fact, today's matches are on right now. And tomorrow you'll see it live on Interactive from 10 a.m. Then all the highlights and the final at 5 o'clock. So a real action-packed afternoon. And we've still got more stuff to come here on Interactive. So if you want to hear more thoughts from Justin Morgan, from Steve McNamara, from Jonathan Davis, from everybody on what was a really gripping contest here at Headingley, then press your red button and we will be back live tomorrow afternoon as well. But well done to Leeds Rhinos. They're through. Bye-bye.
England's third test against New Zealand gets underway this Thursday, and you can follow all the action on Radio 5 Live Sports Extra or visit bbc.co.uk/cricket for live updates.
Thousands auditioned, 12 sang live, now just 3 remain. Jessie, Jodie and Samantha.
You are absolutely fantastic.
So appealing, really beautiful. You're a powerhouse performer. I think it's the most open competition we could possibly have. But only one could be Nancy, and it's up to you to decide. Not even the Lord can save them now. It's I Do Anything, the live grand final.
The one to watch, tonight at 6 on BBC One, followed by the results show at 8:45.
Now on BBC One, the BBC News with Joanna Gosling.
2 young children are stabbed to death at a house in South London. A baby is seriously hurt. A couple believed to be their parents have been arrested.
Paramedics straight away run out with a baby. Then they brought a little boy out. And then later on they brought another little one out, a little girl out.
Out of sight, out of mind, a proposal to cut smoking by keeping cigarettes under the counter. And an emotional day for Lawrence Dallaglio as he ends his career in the Rugby Union Premiership final. Good afternoon. 2 young children have been stabbed to death in South London. A couple in their 30s, thought to be their parents, have been arrested. The 4-year-old girl and 5-year-old boy were found with serious injuries at a house in Carshalton last night. A 6-month-old baby, believed to be their sister, is seriously ill in hospital. Barney Chowdhury is in South London for us now. Barney.
Well, police have been talking to local people, trying to piece together exactly what happened. What we know is that they were called at around about 10:30 last night. By the time they'd arrived, they found that 3 children had been stabbed. No one is being allowed into the house, which is now under police guard. All that we know for certain is that 2 young children are dead and a baby seriously ill in hospital. 2 people, believed to be their parents, are in police custody. Neighbours knew something was wrong only when the police arrived.
Paramedics straight away run out with a baby. Then they brought a little boy out. And then later on they brought another little one out, a little girl out. It's quite upsetting really. They brought the dad out and put him in the back of a van. Then they brought the mother out.
It's now clear that at 10:30 emergency services were called. By 10:50 the children were removed by officers from the house. At just before midnight the young boy and girl were pronounced dead in hospital. Local people describe Carshalton as a peaceful commuter village between Croydon and Sutton. Neighbours say that the family moved into the area 6 months ago. They describe them as quiet, but they knew their children.
I'd get home and they'd be riding about on their bikes at the back there, you know, obviously their gates are open, and they used to be riding up and down by my garage, you know, and sometimes if I was in the garden doing some gardening, they'd come up and speak to me, you know, they want to chat, you know, to me, and they were lovely little children, you know, really sweet.
A 6-month-old girl remains seriously ill in hospital. Post-mortem examinations have yet to be carried out on her brother and sister. Residents have been laying flowers outside the house, shocked by the events of last night. Well, police know the identity of the man and woman that they have in custody, but they won't reveal their names until all the family have been informed.
Thanks, Barney. Cigarettes could be taken off shop shelves under new measures to try to curb smoking. Other plans being considered under a public consultation include banning vending machines and packs of 10. As Navdeep Darawal reports, stopping children from taking up the habit is the government's main priority.
With most people first picking up a cigarette in their teens, taking temptation away from youngsters has become a priority. This advert is the latest in a government campaign targeted at parents. Now there are proposals to restrict children getting hold of cigarettes.
If you smoke, your children are more likely to smoke too.
The government believes it can stop children from smoking by getting rid of the smaller packets of 10, making it more expensive for them to buy the larger packets. It's hoping to remove vending machines and get rid of the logos on packets. And if the plans do go ahead, then displays like this one will be removed and you simply won't be able to see them from across the counter.
Everybody would agree that we should do whatever is necessary because smoking kills, and we don't want children and young people to start smoking if we can possibly discourage them.
The facts around children smoking are stark. 38% of all smokers start before they're 16. Despite government campaigns, 9% of children smoke. And anyone who starts smoking as a child is 3 times more likely to die of cancer than someone who starts in their 20s. Restrictions have been rolled out across the UK recently. The legal age for smoking was raised and a ban on public smoking in England was introduced last July. Scotland has also drawn up plans to target children.
If today we're talking about banning the display of tobacco, tomorrow is somebody going to suggest that we ban the display of alcohol to cut down on binge drinking, or ban the display of confectionery and fatty foods to cut down on obesity? This is a big issue here. It's all about how far should government interfere and boss us around.
Overall, the number of smokers has fallen. The challenge is how to stop others picking up the habit in the first place. Navdeep Darawal, BBC News.
Thousands of people have been protesting against further expansion of Heathrow Airport. The demonstrators spelt out a giant no on the site of the proposed third runway. The protest was designed to be visible to passing aircraft. There have also been more demonstrations against the high cost of fuel today, with traffic on Cornwall's main road almost brought to a standstill by lorry drivers holding a go slow protest. It comes as the BBC has discovered one part of Britain where diesel costs 17 pence more than the national average. From the Isle of Lewis, Michael Buchanan reports.
Diesel here is amongst the most expensive in the world. In some areas, a litre costs £1.45. 17 pence more than the national average.
Ridiculous. £510.
This bus company is now running at a loss. Fuel costs have risen by more than £1,000 per week over the past year.
Costs are going up, but your income isn't, so you have to try and do a balancing act, but it comes to a point where that stops being reasonable.
Around half the households in the Western Isles are in fuel poverty, spending more than 10% of their income on energy. So some people are turning to crime. In recent weeks, police have received a dozen calls reporting the theft of heating oil.
The irony of the fuel problem here is that nature has provided these islands with more energy than they could ever possibly want. There is massive potential for wave and wind power here. But until that energy is harnessed, and there are plans to do exactly that, then some islanders are turning the clock back to the fuel of their forefathers.
Peat cutting is back in fashion. This is the first year the MacLeod family have been to the moors.
This year, a lot of people have gone back to cutting peat, and I'm sure a lot more will go back next year.
Local politicians would like to see fuel taxes lowered on the islands, as the French have in Corsica. But the Treasury says that would distort the market. Michael Buchanan, BBC News on the Isle of Lewis.
In China, troops in Sichuan province are digging channels to relieve pressure within a lake formed by the recent earthquake. There's concern the lake could burst its banks. Tens of thousands of residents have been moved to higher ground. After winning the World Cup, the Six Nations Championship and numerous club awards, Lawrence Dallaglio is hanging up his rugby boots this afternoon. He's captaining Wasps as they take on arch-rivals Leicester in the Premiership final at Twickenham. Here's Andy Swiss.
It was a day to reduce even the toughest men to tears. An emotional Lawrence Dallaglio before running out for the final time in his career. And for the 80,000 fans inside Twickenham, it was a last chance to pay tribute to one of rugby's most enduring characters. It was back in 1995 that Dallaglio made his England debut. He quickly established a bruising reputation.
For Lawrence Dallaglio, what a score!
He was also a natural leader. By 1997, he was England captain, but not for long. 2 years later, he resigned following allegations in a tabloid newspaper. But as a player, he went from strength to strength. In 2003, he lifted the World Cup, English rugby's most glittering achievement. It's the highlight of an impressive career. Over his 85 appearances with England, he won the Six Nations Championship 4 times. And he also toured South Africa, Australia and New Zealand with the British and Irish Lions. So could Dallaglio sign off in style? Well, he was soon making his presence felt, as were his teammates. Wasps scored 2 first-half tries to take a 23 points to 6 lead at half-time. But after the break, Leicester roared back into contention. For Dallaglio and for Wasps, the season could be going right down to the wire. Andy Swiss, BBC News.
Well, with just minutes to go, Wasps are still leading Leicester by 26 points to 16. That's it for now. I'll be back with more from the newsroom at 9:15. Now on BBC One, it's time to join our news teams where you are.
Good afternoon, welcome to Saturday's Look North. Police in Dewsbury have arrested another teenager over the murder of Ammar Aslam in the town. It'll be a week ago tomorrow that Ammar, who was 17, was found dead in Crowness Park. The latest boy to be questioned is 16. A 20-year-old man and 3 boys, aged 15, have already been charged with Ammar's murder. Now, a familiar face at Leeds Market. He raised more than £120,000 for charity. In 2007, Louis Arthur was nominated for the Community Hero of the Year in our BBC Yorkshire Awards. But we're sad to say that 83-year-old Louis has died. His friends described him as a very special character. Amanda Harper has his story.
6 days a week, whatever the weather, there was a friendly face at Leeds Market waiting to greet you. Louis dedicated the last 14 years of his life to raising money for his favourite charity, St Gemma's Hospice.
What they give, and I thank them very much for it. Whatever they give, every penny makes a pound in the end. So why refuse the penny?
Last year, Louis was nominated for Community Hero in our Yorkshire Awards, and just recently his fundraising total reached a staggering £121,000. But it's not just his fundraising that he'll be remembered for.
He made you feel warm and wanted, and I used to have a laugh and joke with him every day, and I miss him very much. He was a real character. He just had an hearing aid fitted, and he used to say, phone's ringing, and we used to say, it's not ringing, Louis, it's your hearing aid. And he used to say, oh, I thought I could hear a ringing in my ear. It was just so funny, and people used to come past, and you always have a smile for everybody.
It's all been a shock to all the market traders and all the people that come through.
Louis, who was 83, died in hospital last Saturday. A remarkable character who was happiest when giving.
If you can do some good for somebody who's worse off than you, what better tonic can you get than that?
Very special man. A South Yorkshire village is celebrating 100 years of mining in the area. Maltby Colliery near Rotherham has survived the disaster, the strikes of the 1980s and several attempts to close it. Emma Glasby reports.
Still going strong after 100 years, Maltby Colliery is one of the few remaining deep mines in the country and still employs around 500 people. It became a working mine in 1908, but just 15 years later, tragedy struck. On the 28th of July 1923, there was an explosion underground at the colliery. 27 men lost their lives, and despite the best efforts of rescue teams, only one body has ever been recovered. Maltby was the site of mass protests during the miners' strikes of the 80s. More recently, it faced closure until it was taken over by new owners. Today, people in Maltby have been celebrating the success of the colliery. 93-year-old Bob Heath is the oldest surviving miner. He started work at the pit when he was 14.
I enjoyed working with the boys that I'd been to school with. And that's why I wanted to get down the pit.
This area 100 years ago was a small rural village with about 300 inhabitants, 4 farms, a couple of inns as they called them then, and no industry like this. This bit came along 100 years ago and changed the map of Maltby. Changed Maltby, I think, for the better, and as you can see now, it's a town really.
Today, the future for Maltby Colliery looks bright. The owners are spending millions on new equipment and training new miners.
On to sport now, and it was a very close game between the Leeds Rhinos and Wigan in their quarter-final Challenge Cup clash at Headingley. Matt Diskin scored Leeds' first try in the 4th minute. It was his 39th try in 194 games for Leeds. Now, the game ended Leeds 23, Wigan 16. Kevin Sinfield securing the victory with a drop goal in the final minute. Now, the draw for the semi-finals takes place on Monday. Very exciting game there. On to cricket, also at Headingley. Must be a nightmare for parking there today. In reply to Yorkshire's 395 all-out, Lancashire are currently 149 for 2. And now the weather. A dry evening for most with variable cloud and some sunshine. Towards dawn, thickening cloud, some heavy bursts of rain also possible. A minimum temperature of 11 Celsius. That's 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, a dull, cloudy day, generally with showers or longer spells of rain. Some likely to be heavy as well, with a maximum temperature of 15 Celsius. That's 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, that's it from us for now. Ian White is back here at 6:15 tomorrow with Sunday's Look North. From us all, have a great Saturday night. Bye-bye.
Hello there. There's been plenty of rain across the UK in the past week, but a favoured spot for the thundery showers has most definitely been at the southwest of England. And once again today, we now have a metal fist severe weather warning in force for the next few hours for Devon and Cornwall for the threat of further heavy thundery downpours here. They will, though, ease quite quickly through the evening. A drier night in prospect, but overnight we then need to watch the northeast of England for some heavy rain moving in off the North Sea and perhaps some quite heavy rain for a time across the far southeast too. Generally, though, first thing tomorrow, the whole area of the UK looking quite different to today thanks to a bigger covering of cloud. We'll see that rain continuing to affect the northeast of England, nudging further north into Scotland, and even after a bright start for the southwest and Wales, yet more thundery showers developing. Devon and Cornwall once again at the risk of seeing some fairly intense pulses of rain for the remainder of